Hey everybody, JC here. Happy Saturday afternoon. It's about 2:30 here in Porter, Texas. Just got a new Tesla FSD software update about a day ago, version 13.2.7. I was on 13.2.2. So I did take it out for a spin yesterday, had my brother-in-law in the car, but we just did a real quick trip to the HEB. So today I figured I would go ahead and take it to some more areas around the Porter, New Caney, Humble, Atascocita, Kingwood area and see if there are any interesting new things with version 13.2.7. So the first place we're going to go to is the Tesla Supercharger station in New Caney, Texas. So let's get going. Push the little blue button, head out of my driveway. Interesting, the navigation had us going right, but FSD decided to go left instead. And then we're going to circle back around. My guess is that is due to my brother-in-law's humongous GMC Sierra that is right next to us in my driveway. Nothing wrong with that. And that there were some neighbor pedestrians on the road to our right as well. Okay, we came to a complete stop, making a right turn. Very nice, very smooth. So yeah, it's exactly 2:35 in the afternoon on Saturday. I am in Porter, which is about 35 miles northeast of downtown Houston. So I'm in the greater Houston metro area. It's about 80 degrees, high 70s, low 80s today. Very overcast. In fact, you can see we just got a little bit of raindrops, but nothing significant. Nothing that I think is going to be considered inclement weather to Tesla FSD. So we're just navigating through my neighborhood right now. Got over nicely due to the vehicles parked to the right side of the road. Making a left turn here. We do not have a stop sign there, so that is proper to roll that. We're going to make a right turn. Once again, we do not have a stop sign here, so we're going to make a roll into the right turn. Very nice and smooth. We have a traffic circle roundabout coming up. Got an oncoming Chevy Silverado with garbage containers to the right. We navigate another we got a Chevy Silverado coming through. Got the roundabout. Make a right turn out of the roundabout. Very smooth. There weren't any other vehicles in the roundabout, so we didn't have to contend with that, but nonetheless, very smooth. All right, we're going to come up to a three-way stop here in front of the local elementary school. I should take that back, the middle school. All right, we come to a complete stop. Make our left turn. Very nice and smooth. So yeah, the first, what I'm going to do today is kind of what I normally do the first 2 to 3 days that I get any new Tesla FSD software update. All right, we're coming to a four-way stop. Put a pin in that for a second. Come to a complete stop. Make a left turn. We've got a work truck directly in front of us, so we're going to need to navigate around that. We do that very well. Maintain speed, very smooth. Great job. And now we're on a bit of a more narrow country road here in the Porter area. Lane markings are pretty faint. Lanes are a little bit more narrow, ditches to the side, but FSD always handles it really well. So yeah, going back to what I was going to say before our four-way stop is we're just going to go to a small handful of areas around my local area, which is what I generally like to do the first couple of days, 2 or 3 days that I have a new software update from Tesla for the full self-driving supervised package. And then as I get to see how it's doing around my local area, I get to see any changes, any nuance differences. Then I take it out a little bit further. All right, we're coming to a 3-way stop here. Come to a complete stop. We have the right of way. Actually, didn't really matter because that car was not going to impede us anyway. Technically, they rolled into their left turn, but as we've mentioned before, that's pretty normal. All right, we're coming up to a 2-way stop here right before the railroad intersection. We got a car parked to the side. We come to a complete stop. We did have an oncoming Ford F-150, but they get on through. Come up to the railroad tracks. We go over the railroad tracks. We get completely over the railroad tracks. Great job. All right. Looks like we have a police escort of some sort. Oh, are they actually going to start working on this traffic light now? We'll see what we do here. So everybody's basically stopped right now. Yeah, so I think they finally got the electrical team out here to start working on these traffic lights. Oh, never mind. Well, maybe a little bit of both. And we have a huge load coming through here right now. Look at this. That looks like a big old power station. I don't know what that is. All right, we're gonna... Police officers trying to direct traffic to keep coming on through, although we have another police officer over there who has stopped traffic on 494 going that way. So we're just going to keep our head on a swivel here. He's telling us to stop, but I'm behind vehicles, so not really. All right, we'll see what he does here. So they have stopped traffic from all 4 directions. And I don't know if you can see in the video, but there is an electrician being hoisted up to the traffic fixtures right now. I don't know what they're trying to figure out what they're doing. Well, this might have been a heck of a time to come through here. We may be here for just a little bit. So yeah, what's going on right now is we got here at just the exact same time. They've got, all right, they're lifting those lights. Oh, I see what they're doing. They've got an extremely wide, tall and wide load coming through. So they've got to lift up that light fixture so that they can get through. All right. Let's see what happens here. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Did they get it completely out of the way? Yes, they did. Great job, guys. I mean, and there's about 6 inches to spare. Wow. And that oversized load has made its way through. Great job. All right, now let's see. Now we're probably going to get back to some normalcy here. Police officers moving on through. Now, the interesting thing is the traffic on 494 has the right of way. And we move on through like we should because they're still stopped. Great job, Tesla FSD. So the traffic on 494 has the absolute right of way, but they were still stopped from going that direction on 494 due to the police officer right behind that oversized load. Excellent job. So we did not just sit there and like a bump on a pickle and wait for something to happen. It recognized that that traffic was not moving. Although Tesla navigation knows that that traffic in a normal circumstance has that right of way. So that was a great job. What we did not get to see, because we were about 3 cars behind, is how version 13.2.7 would have handled the police officers directing traffic. Although they weren't doing much complexity there, I think that the software would have probably not had to have abided by any hand signals. All right, wants to get over to 50. I just don't think it's going to be able to do. Wow. Okay, that was really good. Okay, let me explain to you what just happened. So we made a right turn on that feeder. We had to stay in the rightmost lane. All right, we are up on 59 East Tex Freeway. We got to do some merging here. Outstanding job of merging right there. Wow, great job. That was one of the best, man, just back to back. Okay, so we got a couple of things, and it is picking up some steam right now. Holy moly, this thing is moving. And so are they, much more than us. So when we made that right on that feeder, just to kind of paint the picture for you, we had to stay in the rightmost lane because we had traffic in the middle lane very close by, as well as traffic in the leftmost lane, but further back. And so what it did is it made that right turn, kind of maintained its speed until the vehicle in the middle lane got on by. Then when it got over in the middle lane, it was like a rocket ship. I don't even know if I can explain that, or you'll be able to appreciate that in the video, but you can definitely, I could feel it. It knew it needed to put on some steam in order to get on over to the leftmost lane and to get up on the freeway. That was tremendous. That was better than human. That was absolutely better than the vast majority of humans would handle that. And then when we were getting off of the on-ramp and he needed to merge into 59 East Tex Freeway northbound traffic, there wasn't much of a gap. They weren't leaving much. And we got in there confidently and took it. And then we moved across 59 East Tex Freeway confidently and smoothly as well. That was a great job. Don't get me wrong, 13.2.2 also was really, really good at that to get over, but it missed it a few times. Like, I'm going to tell you, I think, you're never going to know. I don't think 13.2.2 might have made it all the way over that feeder road to get up onto 59 East Tex Freeway northbound, because we did miss it just about 2 weeks ago in that exact same scenario, and we just rode the feeder up to 1314. And that one was about the same scenario, and man, it was just smooth and confident. All right, we're coming up to the juncture of Highway 99 and the 59 feeder. Gonna cross through the intersection here. About to make a left turn as we pass under the bridge, which is Highway 99 overpass. All right. Make our left turn. We are going to need to eventually get over to the right, but not necessarily right now. Yeah, that, I will tell you, that move across the feeder when we made the right turn onto the 59 feeder and to get up on 59 with that little amount. I mean, it's literally not much north of 100 feet to make it across. And that may be something where if I'm really pressed to say a difference that I've seen with 13.2.7 versus 13.2.2, that could be one. I cannot definitively say that. All I can definitively say is a couple of weeks ago on 13.2.2, we tried to make a similar move with a similar amount of traffic, especially fast moving traffic in that middle lane, and similarly fast moving traffic in the leftmost lane that was a little further behind, and we were not able to get all the way over. And it properly did not then try to, but this go around, once it got into that middle lane, it like put on it felt like it was a turbo booster. That was outstanding. So it knew that, hey, if we're going to be able to do this, we have got to like turbo boost here real quick. And it did. And then once it got over to the left lane, it came back down a bit. That was outstanding. That was absolutely outstanding. All right, we're about to make a right turn into the new Caney shopping center here to come to our first stop, which is going to be the Tesla Superchargers. We are not actually going to charge up. Again, this is just a kind of a first drive, if you will, with commentary on version 13.2.7. All right, we come to a four-way stop. Our turn to go, we go. There's the Tesla Superchargers to our front right. Let's see how 13.2.7 does in the Tesla Superchargers parking lot. Let's see what it does. And it's going to back us in. All right, I want to say this. It did back us in to one of the Tesla Supercharger parking lanes, but I'm going to tell you what, I would need, if I was actually charging, I would need to manually now move over about 4 or 5 feet. Yeah, in order for it to get to. So the thing is it's got one of those block parking spot lane, those crisscross white lanes, and so I'm not sure exactly why they have that there. I think it's because of the power station right behind us, but yeah, still it reverse parked us into the Tesla Superchargers, so that's awesome. All right, let me see what my next, I had it in here, I should have put it in, but we're fine. Let's see here. Let's go. Yep. All right. Kingwood bagel. Let's do this. Kingwood. Let's make sure. Yep. That's it. And so this should take us through Kingwood. Yep. Absolutely. All right. Here we go. Pulling out of the Tesla Supercharger. Got a Cybertruck coming in. Nice. Then wave. Got a wave back. Nice job. Love it. Love seeing the Cybertrucks around here. All right. Make our left turn, get behind this F-150. Got a four-way stop here. We make our way across. Yeah, so great first leg of our trip here. Yeah, that was absolutely outstanding on that highway feeder. And then, like I said, getting up on the highway, it did a great job. But I would say, like, version 13 has been really good on the highway. We'll see a little bit more highway driving here again, just to see if we feel any nuanced differences at all. But I will tell you, 13.2.2 was really good. We have some oncoming traffic right now, so that's what we're waiting on. All right, let them pass on through. Get over in the leftmost lane. Great job. So that may be a nice little nuance there. Although I would say on 13.2.2 it was doing that sometimes as well, is that if it needs to stay in the rightmost lane after turning onto a feeder or turning onto a road, it will definitely do that and be smooth and tight. But it'll also pull out into the middle lane as well if it needs to. And we needed to on this one because now, as you can see, we needed to get into the leftmost U-turn lane here, which we're doing. Great job. So also I would say Tesla Navigation's doing a great job right now. And we're going to test that out as well on one of the legs, which had been a problem. Well, there's an area we're going to take it to, which was a problematic area until 13.2.2 came along and cured. But we're going to go back there too to see how it looks there. But yeah, so far, really, really, really good. All right. We are on the Highway 99 feeder right now, the road that goes along Highway 99. We're going to get all the way up to the 59 East Tex Freeway feeder going southbound this time, so the other side of 59. Yep, there we go. Put our right blinker on. We get on over. So what we're going to do on this leg is we're going to get back on Highway 59, East Tex Freeway. We're going to go southbound for probably about 3 or 4 miles. We'll see how it does on the highway. Then we're going to get off on the Kingwood Drive exit, and we're going to go take Kingwood Drive through Kingwood. So Kingwood Drive is the main thoroughfare through Kingwood, Texas, which is one of the major suburban areas of Northeast Houston. And we're going to take it into the Kingwood Town Center area. And we've got a location. I've got it pinpointed to the Leslie's Pools Kingwood Bagel Shop Town Center area. See how it does going through Kingwood. And then once we get there, there's a historical problem area that I had with FSD for the longest time. And it appeared to have finally gotten fixed when I got 13.2.2. It's going from the Kingwood HEB across Kingwood Drive to the 3B's Grill and Chick-fil-A area, that area, and then coming back over to the HEB. There were just some I would say Tesla navigation combined with Tesla FSD issues, where it pretty much resulted in a critical intervention. Anytime I needed to go that route there. So we're gonna do that again since we've got a new release. Just make sure there haven't been any reversions, any setbacks to it. Since that was really, prior to 13.2.2, that was really the only area in the Kingwood, Porter, New Caney, Atascocita, Humble area. Basically, this northeast area of Houston. That was the only place that I was still experiencing any critical interventions on a routine basis. And like I said, that appeared to have gotten cured when 13.2.2 came out. But we'll just retest it with a new software release. Got a disabled vet in front of us. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Can tell by the metal on the left side of his license plate, or her. I shouldn't say his, because we definitely have some female disabled vets as well. And we've had some very heroic females serve in our United States military. So forgive me for that one. I should not assume that's a his, because that could definitely be a her. And in the state of Texas, there are a lot of hers that drive big old jacked up Ford F-150s with disabled vet. Yes, sir. God bless those gals. All right, we are getting up to the, we still got the red light, so we're going to need to come to a complete stop. Move on through on the, great job. Great job. Right, we're moving across the feeder now. That was a great job turning right onto that feeder. We did not lollygag there. There have been times where we got up there, we sneaked up enough to get a peek, and it would kind of sit there for 3 or 4 seconds just to make absolutely sure, because that traffic coming through that feeder, through that intersection, it can be hot. They can come through 60 to 70 miles an hour. But it ascertained there wasn't, and it got going. So I am definitely noticing some subtle nuance improvements here. I'm definitely noticing it. Like I said, nothing that is like, oh man, this used to be a critical intervention, or that even used to be a non-critical intervention. I never had any non-critical interventions at those areas, but just subtle nuance improvements, right? All right, got a little bit, just a tidbit of rain coming through. All right, we're about to take the on-ramp to get up on 59 East Tex Freeway going southbound towards Kingwood Drive. So we are currently in New Caney. We're about to get up on 59. We're going to pass through Porter and on down south into Kingwood. All right, we are up on 59 East Tex. We're start making our move, get behind this dump truck. Gonna keep making our move. Great job. Let that vehicle pass on through. I don't know why they've got their blinkers on, because they're coming through pretty hot right now. They're going about 85. We're going 82 and a 65 right now, which is fine. Well, I am on the hurry mode, so just to table set for anybody, if this is the first time you're seeing any of my videos, I am on Tesla FSD supervised version 13.2.7. This is my first day to experience it by myself, providing commentary on the drive. I did experience it yesterday, but for a very short drive, and had my brother-in-law in the car. So this is really my first day to experience it by myself, going several different areas around the northeast area of Houston, Texas. I am on the hurry mode. There are 3 modes to Tesla FSD: hurry, normal, and chill. I am on the utmost level, which is the hurry mode. I also have the automatic set speed offset to 50%. Which means that it will go up to 50% of over whatever the speed limit is, with a governor of whatever traffic is going. All right. About a half mile out from the Kingwood Drive exit. Little bit of sprinkles coming through. Put our right blinker on. Get on over. Nice move. We had that was a pretty healthy gap, but that was a very nice getting into that gap. Take the Kingwood Drive exit. All right. We're on the off-ramp to get back onto the 59 East Tex Freeway feeder. Move on over, get out of the way of the on-ramp so that those folks can make their way over to it. And there we go. Yeah, so we rode the freeway for a good, I don't know, 8 to 10 miles today. So I think that'll be the last time we're on the, so we didn't get a whole lot of highway time, but it was enough. I would say it was nice and smooth. Like I said, I'm on the hurry mode, so it definitely hurried over. Took gaps where it needed to. There was 1 or 2 occasions where it, you know, the gap wasn't too sizable, but it was very confident in taking it. But I don't know. I didn't see anything significantly different with it on the highway. Made all of our exits. All right, we're about to turn left onto Kingwood Drive. Nice and smooth. Tight turn. Stay in our lane. Great job. Yeah. The clouds are getting a little darker now. Getting a little bit darker, so we definitely may get some rain here. Well, we've obviously already gotten a little bit of rain, but nothing significant. But judging by those clouds, we may get a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of water here. Excuse me there. So we are now on Kingwood Drive. We're going to be here for about 4 miles, so we'll get to see how it does here on what I would say around this time. It's Saturday. It's 3:06 in the afternoon on a Saturday. Highly likely going to be fairly busy here on Kingwood Drive, so folks get anxious. They get impatient. So we'll see how version 13.2.7 does on some fairly congested Kingwood Drive, suburban, main thoroughfare type of traffic. Moving through nicely, keeping a nice little gap between us and the Chrysler in front of us. Pretty sure that's a Chrysler. It's got that body type. All right, need to move on up. So yeah, our next stop, we're gonna go into the Kingwood Town Center area, and we've got it navigating into the town center at one of the main little small shopping centers in the town center, where they've got like a Leslie's Pool Supplies, Kingwood Bagel Shop. I think there's like a workout studio there. Used to be a Kinko's. I don't know if that's still there. And we'll also, like I said, just see how we do along this congested patch of Kingwood Drive. All right, we got folks ahead of us that are trying to get into that left median to turn. Let's see how we do here. We have a lot of traffic behind us, so there's really no opportunity for FSD to try to get over to the right. It's just so congested. So it's got its right blinker on to try and do it. I just don't know if it's going to be able to do it. Let's see. Still got traffic moving on through. All right, traffic's moving up. We may not have to. Yep, all right. So we ended up not having to. But I'll tell you what, one thing I like about that is that it didn't do it. So that's why I'm talking about, like, the normal human impatience and anxiety is there have been a number of wrecks along here on Kingwood Drive where, quite frankly, some of those accidents, fender benders, have been because of a situation like that where somebody got impatient and they just should not have tried to get over into that right lane to get around those vehicles that are trying to get into that turning median, and they end up getting rear-ended. And so I actually like the fact, so it was showing the blinker like, hey, when we get the opportunity, we're going to do it, but an opportunity never arose. And so we stayed put, and it ended up being okay. All right, continuing to progress through here. We are at a stoplight here at the intersection of Green Oak and Kingwood Drive. We've got about 3 more miles till we get to the town center. All right. Yes, so far, haven't really seen it have to do anything out of the norm. All right, we got a vehicle, again, stopped in the middle of Kingwood Drive. I don't know why they stopped right there in the middle when you can turn into that median and they had room. So that could cause accidents too. I'm not sure why they didn't just turn into that median. Flashing yellows, we maintain our speed. Great job. Didn't freak out at flashing yellows. Putting on our right blinker. Get around some slower moving traffic, although I'm not really sure we're going to be making a lot of headway in this lane, but there is a bigger gap. So, and I am in the hurry mode. So there you can see we are on a suburban road with a 45 mile per hour speed limit, and it does say hurry still on my screen. So the hurry mode is everywhere, not just on the highways. It not only operates like it's in the hurry mode on city and suburban streets, it shows it on the screen. All right, we are now at the intersection of Woodland Hills Drive and Kingwood Drive, so we got about another 2 miles till we get to town center. All right, got the green light. Put the left blinker on. Yep, this is definitely faster moving traffic over here. So you can see, now we're going to have to slow down because that car's turning into the median. So, but you can obviously see that the hurry mode in city and suburban street driving, it acts like the hurry mode. All right, so let's see how we do. Oh, my front camera just went out on me, so I'm going to have to let that cool down just a little bit. Sorry about that, folks. Let that cool down just a bit. But middle camera's still going well. Right, we're going, I thought this was a 45, but it's showing it being a 40 mile per hour speed limit. We're going 47, 48. And as you can see, we're going along with traffic in front of us. When we get to a stoplight or stop sign, I'll try to turn this camera off and let it cool down. There we go. I think we're going to get, let's see. Yeah, let's power that off for a little bit, let it cool down. Apologies about that. When we get to our next stop, I will power it back up. All right. Getting a little bit of rain, a little bit of mist coming through right now. About to go by Kingwood High School, but it is Saturday afternoon, so don't have to worry about it. All right, we put our right blinker on, get over into the right lane. That is due to the fact that in a half mile, we're going to turn right on Westlake Houston Parkway, which goes into the Kingwood Town Center area. Getting a little bit more congested here, about another 300 or 400 feet here. All right. Put on our right blinker. There is a dedicated right turning lane up here. See if we can squeeze on through. All right, we don't have to. All right, about to turn right. There we go. Go up here about 200 or 300 feet, and then we'll turn into the town center, shopping center area. Had an F-150 kind of coming in hot there. We handled that really well. We did not freak out. That's great. All right, we're turning into the shopping center. Just see how we do in here. You see Leslie's, Kingwood Bagel. So it's FedEx now. That used to be a Kinko's. Now it's a FedEx office. Let's see how we do. Let's see how we do. You gonna try to park? Yes. I thought it was there for a second. Nope, it is not going to try to park. So it's just going to drop us off in front of Leslie's Pools and Kingwood Bagel. But that's all right. Let me go ahead and manually park then and get us out of the way. Right here. There we go. And let me go ahead and see if I can get my front camera put back on first. Actually, let's do this. Let's give it some more time to cool down. So our next stop is going to be the HEB. Now let's just see where it takes. I may do a, let's see. Yeah, let me try to do this. Let me go to the, where's that HEB at? Navigate HEB. And let's go, so there's the HEB. There's the parking lot right here. Let's try to do this. Let's see if, let me see, where might be a good parking spot? Maybe over here. No, not that. That's going to take us to, let's go there. We're just going to have to go deep into it. Let's make sure that takes us into the parking lot. It does. All right, so that'll be our next stop is the HEB. Let me get the front camera turned back on. All right, let's turn back on. But let's make sure that it, all right, I got it turned back on. See if it'll stay on for a while. And let's go. Heading over to the HEB. Put the rear camera on, start backing out. Got some more rain coming through. We'll see how it does in the elements. Got an oncoming vehicle, so we get over to the right a little more. Great job. All right, we're going to turn right out of the town center parking lot. Okay. Now we're going to need to get into that median. We're going to need to go across here. We got oncoming vehicles on Westlake Houston Parkway. So exactly where that Ford F-150 is, we've got to get over there as well. But we still got some more oncoming vehicles, and we've got the F-150 in the median already. I don't know if there's enough room to get behind them, but right now it does. Well, they're going to leave, so it wouldn't have mattered because there's enough oncoming vehicles that we couldn't make it across anyway. All right, still got oncoming vehicles on Westlake Houston Parkway coming through. See if we can identify a gap. Nothing yet. Still a steady flow. So far, I have no problem with the weight of FSD. The weighting, I should say, here, and not trying to get across, because there has not been a sizable enough gap, and there's quite a lot of oncoming traffic. All right. Still coming through. All right, we may be able to go. No, somebody just pulled out the, probably. Let's see, we got another oncoming. Man, this is just, that's a Saturday afternoon on Westlake Houston Parkway and Kingwood Drive. It's just going to be difficult. But you got to wait your turn. All right, nope. And there we go. Good job. Identified the gap. We move on up. Oh, I don't know what that lady was doing. So, great job. Get around her, get around her, get around her. Awesome job. That was outstanding. That was outstanding. So, right there, Tesla FSD avoided a fender bender. So, that lady was coming into the turning median, but she turned pretty wide. She was like, so we had the right to go up to the edge of that turning median. That is, once you're in that turning median, that is your spot. And she kind of like, I don't know, she kind of came in wide. Instead of taking what you're supposed to do is stay in your lane and then make a left turn from her vantage point. She kind of came in wide on that. But FSD handled that excellent. All right. Well, let's watch this as we go into the HEB. And of course, the front camera went out on us again. So apologies about that. It's just overheating today. All right. Got to wait here. We got some oncoming traffic and we got a gap. We take it. Great job. Now let's see how we do in the parking lot here. Don't worry, as soon as we park, I'm getting the camera back on again. All right, turn left and then an immediate right. Great job. Good lane selection, because we do have, this is the right direction for us to be going. Let's see if it tries to park us. Well, we got a big old Dodge Ram truck pulling out. So we're going to give them some room. Great job. I like that we're giving them room too. All right, we're going to continue to move on through. Does not take any of those available spots. Continues moving up. Got a pedestrian to our left. We slow down. Pedestrians to our right. I didn't even see them. All right, we're going to take a left up here out of this lane. My guess is it's going to go down the next lane. We'll just see. That was really cool because it stopped, but it stopped a little sooner than I thought it should have for the guy that was to our left. But then then as soon as it did that, I looked to my right and I saw a mother with their young child that I did not even see. And that child was on foot right in between the car, right by his mom's car. So I tell you, sometimes the eyeballs on this thing just sees more than I do. All right, we're continuing. Let's see if we can find a parking spot here. You gonna park? Looks like it wants to. Well, it's not going to do it. So let's go ahead and manually park then, right over here. So it looked like it was going to try to park, but it just didn't. And again, like we said, folks, 13.2.7 does not yet have the parking function, what do you call it? It has the functionality because it does it from hell. Did it at the Tesla Superchargers, and we've seen it decide to park in parking lots at various times, but it doesn't have the functionality for you to select it. Like, I want you to drop me off, or I want you to park in a driveway, or I want you to park in identify a parking spot and go park at that one. It doesn't have that yet. So yeah. And I had that comment in YouTube from a couple of folks that were like, hey, JC, come on, dude, stop. I get it. You like to try to make it try and park, but you know, we all know it doesn't have that functionality yet. So I actually took that comment to heart, and it's like, you know, yeah, why try to push it when we know it doesn't have that functionality built in yet? Let's wait until it has it built in, then go out to parking lots and try to pressure test it. But you're kind of putting it through something that we all know, you know, is not all there yet. And I agree with you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and set a pin initially to try to see if it'll park. And if it doesn't, then we just manually park and be done with it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to retest an old, I should say a recent critical intervention that we've had. And I'm going to have it go across the street to 3Bs. There we go. And I'm also going to, all right, I want to get this how I'm looking at it. Not that way. I think, yeah, there we go. As I'm looking at it. All right, let me get this turned back on. Let's see. Hopefully this works. It doesn't keep going. All right. And I'll say more about why this was an area of a critical intervention once we get up to it. Some of y'all may remember. The folks that have seen my videos before may remember why. All right, we got a couple of young lovebirds walking into the HEB, so let's avoid them. They got a lot of life ahead of them. So let's let them continue to grow into that love. And make some more Rugrats to pay for my Social Security. Anyway, let's get back onto FSD. We're going to get up to the stop sign here. We got a 4-way stop. Put on the right blinker, turn right. All right, so now we're going to head up to the intersection here coming out of HEB parking lot and Kingwood Drive. And once we get up here, I'm going to explain to you what. So it's already made one really good. It did not see this median right there. It thought you went straight across. And as you can see, if you try to go straight across, you're going to end up damaging your car and that median. So that was a area of a, man, it just handled that like, it acted like, was that really ever an issue? And we're doing the U-turn like we should. Great job. And then 3Bs is over here to the right. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. All right, making our right turn. We'll let it go into the 3Bs parking lot, see what it does there. So yeah, y'all saw what I was talking about. And for those of y'all that used to watch my videos, you know what I'm talking about. I've had to do critical interventions on that before 13.2.2. 13.2.7 says we're still good to go. All right, is it going to try to park? It is. And let's see if it can get in here nice and tight. Great job. Great job. So it did park here at the 3Bs. All right, let's go back across to HEB and see how it does going the other way, because that was another critical. So coming up from the HEB parking lot over to 3B, to this area, this shopping center, it did not see that median. And our Tesla navigation didn't have the median there. And FSD acted like the median wasn't there and was just going to go straight across and make a left. And as you can see, that would have resulted in a critical intervention on my part. Same thing going back. So let's see if, let's go to back over to HEB. All right. Put on our rear camera. Back on out. Come through the parking lot here. There we go. Watch out for that vehicle trying to park. There we go. Good selection too on lanes, which to go, because we have one-way parking lanes here. So great job there. All right. Now we're going to see if the first, now we got a truck that's just parked along this. Now we're going to have to get around this truck. Is it going to figure that out, that this truck is not moving, but it's just parked? Are we going to figure that out? Let's see if it figures it out. Hadn't figured it out yet. Yeah, that is not a parking spot. But I want to see if it'll figure out that that truck is not sitting there waiting to move. It is like illegally parked. So what it's going to need to do is figure this out. I'm going to give it a chance to figure it out before I intervene here. All right, maybe this car will give it the heads up. Yep. So it needed I gave it a chance to try to figure out, but it needed other vehicles to come to. I'm pretty sure of that. Now, good job. So it would have gone up there and had resulted in a critical intervention, and it's supposed to come up here. Great job. So on that one right there, I did not I wanted to let it figure itself out, and it was. I could tell that the steering column was turning back over to the left, but it was taking its time to figure out that truck was illegally parked instead of trying to move through there. So just so y'all know, that truck was illegally parked. It didn't have its blinkers on, and it was, as you can see, parked. All right, great job. Great job. Now let's get in the proper turning. Perfect. All right, 13.2.7 had it figured out just like 13.2.2. So that is no, what do we call it, remission, setbacks, no step backs on that. Let's get into the HEB parking lot and give it another. Oh, we got some oncoming vehicles here. All right, we should be good. Nope. I didn't see that. There's foliage over there. I did not see those additional cars coming through. Great job. All right, take the gap. All right. Now this time, I did not put a pin in the HEB parking lot. Let's just see how it does with me just having it navigate to HEB. My guess is it's going to just drop us off right in the front. But we'll see. We will see. Let's make sure it makes a proper lane selection. It does. Yeah, because the HEB's got a lot of one-way parking lanes. So let's just see what it does. It knows we want to go to the HEB. It's slowing down a bit for the pedestrians in front of us. Gonna turn left. My guess is, now, well, you know what? Screw me guessing. Let's just let it do its thing. All right, we've got oncoming vehicles that have the right-of-way, obviously, to our left. Letting them move on through. Should probably be good here. Yep, and we are. We take a left in front of the HEB. And we keep moving on up. We got some pedestrians coming through. Let them through. And it just stops right there as it lets them through. So let me get on up here. Make sure there's... Oh, let's let them get on through first, and then we're going to move up behind that vehicle and then set our next destination. We should be good right after. Apologies about that, folks. Yeah, it literally, talk about a drop off. This is about as Uber Lyft as it gets. See, FSD's teach. I'm almost scared doing this manually, Tesla. Like, oh, see? Come on, Tesla, get this set up so that I'll have to. I'm almost scared doing this manually now. But it dropped us off right in the front like an Uber Lyft. Yeah, get us out of the way, Tesla. Get us out of the way. All right, let me move on up here. I'm going to get in behind them. All right, let me park it. And then, let's see. I think I may have been our last, let's see. Oh, nope. Let's see how long we've been going now. Yeah, I think that's it for here. We are going to, yep, we're going to head on home. I did have a couple of other, so if I end up going to my wife's restaurant later tonight, if I go that direction, I'm about to just head home on this trip, because we're already at over an hour, I believe. But if I do end up needing to go out to my wife's family restaurant tonight, one of the other places I was going to try out again, if y'all remember, some of y'all may remember my video where I was at the Petco Lowe's parking lot, that parking lot in Atascocita. And it did some really interesting things in that parking lot, especially at the Lowe's. So I was going to go retest that as well. But that's a different direction from where we're at right now. So what we're going to do now, let's just head on home and we'll call it a day on this first, drive around here. So I parked up close enough behind this CX-30 that we're probably going to have to reverse out a little bit to get going. So let's see how it does there. In fact, yeah, I wanted to do that to see it reverse out to go forward. So let's get going. Let's see how we do. Yep, and it does. It puts on its rear camera to move back, but we've got a Ford F-150 directly behind us, so that gives us a little bit of a gap. Look at that. With a vehicle behind us, we still take it. We got a very narrow spot here to make it through. Are we going to do it? Yes, we are. Excellent. Let's keep on going. So that was awesome. So that was we had a big old F-150 behind us. We had a vehicle directly in front of us with no gap. We had a vehicle coming into the HEB on the left, and we reversed out, to give us enough room to get out of there. And then we got around that CX-30 with a vehicle oncoming that wasn't giving us a lot of room. That was outstanding. I love it. All right, we got a little gap here. We take it. Great job. And now we will just head on home. Yeah, the only other area in the Humble, Atascocita area that we did not go to, that's kind of a normal part of my driving, is going to my wife's restaurant down in Atascocita, but that's going further that way, and we're already at over an hour, I believe, on this one. So let me cut these up. So this first drive, I'm just going to have it head on home. We'll see how it does heading home, and then possibly later tonight, if my wife needs me to do something at the restaurant or take something to her, and we go that direction, I'll also try out that Petco Lowe's Target parking lot area, because there were definitely some interesting things that happened in there. So really good stuff. So really, the only thing that I don't know of for sure is when we were in that 3B's parking lot and that truck was illegally parked, I could tell that FSD, as it was moving the steering column over to the left, it was doing it really slowly. But then as soon as those other vehicles passed through, that proved to FSD was able to see for absolute surety that that car was illegally parked and not moving, and that's when it moved around. So it had, I want to say, if you pressed me, I would say those other vehicles are what gave FSD the evidence that it was okay to move around that vehicle. What I don't know is, had that vehicle had its hazards on? Because it didn't. It was illegally parked. So it's not going to have those hazards on. So that was kind of interesting. I don't know for a fact whether FSD picked up on the fact that that truck was illegally parked. But you got to pick up on those things, right? That being said, I did not have to intervene because once there were other vehicles coming through there, it had the evidence it needed. And let's be blunt, you're always going to have other vehicles coming through in that situation, because let me tell you, I don't know exactly why that truck was illegally parked there, but usually trucks illegally park places because it's so congested and there's no other place to park. And maybe that was the case at one point, but so in that situation, obviously there's going to be vehicles coming through there. All right, we got a little more rain coming through. Cars slowing down in front of us. Get over to the left turning lane. Great, or not left turning lane, the leftmost lane. Great job. Rain's coming down a little harder. All right, we got a traffic light coming up. Great job. So yeah, first day of really taking 13.2.7 out and about around Kingwood, Porter, New Caney. We did not go into Humble and Atascocita, so that'll be the next. So yeah, we did a pretty good chunk of Kingwood, did Porter, New Caney, but yeah, we did not go down around 1960 and further south on Westlake Houston Parkway into the Humble Atascocita area. So that'll be next. That'll either be, I may do that later tonight. It just depends on my wife. If she needs me to bring something out there, or, you know, something going on, and I go out that direction, I will go into that parking lot for Lowe's and Petco and Target and do some things there. If that doesn't happen tonight, you know, it definitely won't be it'll be in the not too distant future that I do that. That being said, just to give y'all an update, my wife and I are heading to Kansas tomorrow, to Wichita, Kansas. So wish us luck on that. If I don't see y'all again until then, if I don't do another FSD drive tonight, we'll just see. But yeah, so we are going to be on the road all day tomorrow, heading up to Wichita, Kansas. And that rain's definitely coming in harder now. FSD's handling it well. So yeah, we're going to be up in Wichita, Kansas all next week. So we're driving up Sunday. She's going to be working up there Monday through Thursday, I believe. And my plan is hopefully to do some FSD drives around the Wichita, Kansas, and other parts of Kansas area. Obviously depends on weather. So if the weather permits, I will do that. And let me know in the comments, for any of y'all that have been to the Wichita, Kansas area, let me know if there's any places around there that might be of interest. My understanding is that Tesla buys batteries from somebody that may have a plant up there in the Kansas area. I know that Panasonic is currently building a battery plant up there, but I don't think it's operational yet. I don't think they open that up until later on, sometime in the first half of 2025. But I may find out where that is, just take a gander, take a drive out there by the new Panasonic battery plant in Wichita. But other than that, let me know if there's anything else that would be of interest to y'all that's in that vicinity of Wichita, Kansas. I can't go too far away because obviously I'm going to be up there while my wife's working. And so, but I can do day trips for sure. All right. Turning right into my neighborhood. Rain let up a little bit. Let's just see how we do. Or see what we do, not how we do. We've already done great, but we know what we're talking about. We don't have parking functionality yet, so I cannot tell it to park, but we'll just see what it decides to do here. And I just think it's going to parallel park here, which is absolutely fine. Yes, it is. So no big whoop there. It actually makes my life easier because when I'm done here, I'm just going to reverse in to get back on the charger. So yeah, everybody, thank you so much. My very first day of 13.2.7, doing it by myself with in-cabin commentary. Yesterday's was a pretty short one, but again, no critical interventions, no non-critical interventions. We definitely saw some really cool nuance improvements, at least in my eyes. There were a small handful of improvements. I'll try to pinpoint those in the timestamps. Yes, so tomorrow my wife and I will be on the road all day to Wichita, Kansas. So you probably won't see me uploading much to YouTube or X for drive, because obviously those type of things, I will do some filming during the drives, but I'll have to compile that later on. And obviously I'm not going to bore y'all with a 9 to 10 hour FSD video, so I'm not going to video all of it. I will keep the cameras going in case because you never know when you're going to catch something, but you know, that I won't compile that till later on. So, all right, everybody, hope y'all have a great Saturday, a great rest of your weekend. And if I don't see you later today, you know, like I said, great rest of the weekend and start to your weeks next week. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.